Hello ma'am, my name is Nola Rosa Damayanti, NIM 143. Exchange rates A. The Bretton Woods Agreement of 1994 established fixed exchange rates defined in terms of gold and the US dollar. Between 1994 and 1971, many currencies were pegged against the US dollar, i.e., their pairings with the US dollar were fixed. In the period, a US dollar was a promissory note issued by the United States Treasury. If anybody requests it, the Treasury had to exchange their note for 1/35 of an ounce of gold. Under the system, overvalue of undervalue. Currencies could only be adjusted with the agreement of the International Monetary Fund should adjustment and occur. Devaluation and revolution, the Bretton Woods system of good convertibility and backing against the dollar was abounded in 1971 because following inflation, the Federal Reserve did not have enough gold to guarantee the American currency. B. Good convertibility was replaced by a system of floating exchange rates. Today, the US dollar, the unfollow official world currency, is merely a piece of paper, one which is written in gold. We trust gold, not gold. A freely or clean floating exchange rate is determined purely by supply and demand. Theoretically, in the absence of speculation, exchange rates should reflect purchasing power parity, the cost of a given selection of goods and services in different countries. Proponents of floating exchange rates saw a Milton free demand across the currencies would automatically establish stable exchange rates what reflects economic realities more precisely than calculation by central bank officials. Yes, that understatement the impact of speculation. In fact, the companies and investors frequently follow short-term money market trends even if these are contrary to their own long-term interests. In the late 1970 and early 1980, the American pressed on other governments to regulate their financial statements and abolish all exchange controls. Residents in these countries are now able to exchange any amount of their currency for any other convertible currency. This had led to the current situation in which 5% of the world's currency transactions are unrelated to transactions in goods but are purely speculative. Enormous amounts of money move around the world, change high interest rates or capital heights, and investors, including rich individuals, companies, and pension funds, seek to maximize the value of their assets in London alone. In the late 1990, over $300 billion worth of currency was traded on an average day, the equivalent of about 50% of the value of the goods Britain produced each year. Banks of course make a profit from the spread between a currency buying and selling price. D. Weak governments, however, leave exchange rates wholly at the mercy of market forces. Most of them attempt to influence the level of their currency when necessary. Managed or dirty falling exchange rates are more common than value-floating ones. For example, in the 1980, second most Western Europe governments joined the EMS European monetary system with established parities between member currencies. There was also an exchange rate mechanism (ERM). If the rate diverges by more than plus or minus % from the central parity, central bank had to intervene in exchange markets, buying or selling in order to increase or decrease the value of the currency. Yet international speculators can be more powerful than governments. For example, on a single day in September 1992, the Bank of England lost £5 billion in a hopeless attempt to support the pound sterling. For weeks, at the worst financial institution, and rich individuals had been selling their pounds as everyone expected. The British government believed that the pound had been seriously overloaded ever since instability joined the ERM in 1990 when the British Central Bank ran off the reserves and could no longer buy bonds. The currency was withdrawn from the ERM and allowed the float, instantly losing about 10% of its value against the mark. The next year, speculation attacked five other Europe currencies and the euro monetary system was suspended. It was later reintroduced in a looser form. V. Many manufacturers are in favor of fixed exchange rates or a single currency, although it is possible to some extent to hedge against currency fluctuation by way of future contract. Forward planning is different when the price of raw materials bought from abroad or the price of your products in export markets can rise all by 50% in only a few months. Since exchange control we abolished currencies, including the US dollar and the sterling, have in turn appreciated by up to 100% and then depreciate by more than 50% against the currencies of major trading parents. G. Pressure from industrialists and governments led to the introduction of the Europe. 12 countries fixed their exchange rate against the new currency and began in 1999. The new currency was used as a means of payment between companies and its foreign trade, and bonds were denominated in it. The euro came into existence as a real currency in 2002 when the old notes and coins in the 12 member countries were withdrawn.